We had a good away game, facing some challenges, of course, on this adventurous journey to Guinea. But we played a very stable game there. I was very satisfied with how we brought the idea on the pitch, that we analyzed the opponent very well. We had a good control over the game. We scored. And so all in all, now it was about recovery. We had a long flight in terms that our flights got cancelled. So we had a sleepover in Abidjan on the chairs in the airport. But all those challenges we face, we tried to drive solutions for it, get back to energy. So we had a good recovery session yesterday. And today we do the final training. And looking forward tomorrow to play in front of a lot of spectators and winning the second game against Guinea. Yeah, all I don't gonna tell you. So you also need to view then tomorrow the game. I think in general our strategy worked pretty well, and now it's about not being satisfied. There are always details which we need to develop. We screw on little things. We had this morning a video analysis where we also showed the player, okay, what was good, but still we have in a lot of details area to improve. You will see that, of course, tomorrow on the pitch. And we also always make sure that we get a bit the concurrence in the lineup, that we have maybe 1-2 new starting positions to also bring there a bit fresh legs and minds on the pitch. Yeah, all in all, first we have very good players in. It's to work to have the international players in, like Portia with their qualities. It makes it much easier for a coach then also to implement the playing idea. We always work, we just build a powerhouse. So on the basic, it's always our values. Tomorrow it's very important also that we stay humble, that we are very selflessness, that we don't start now to play only for the crowd. It's the togetherness, all those basic values. Then we add on this base some principles we work on. Principles are always everlasting. Doesn't matter which opponent we play. It's our style, our DNA. And on the top then in the powerhouse, we set a strategy towards the game, which is framed, of course, on how is Guinea playing. They played with a sweeper and 2 strikers, long balls, and so on. So how do we find and create solutions then specific on this opponent? And this we just repeat and work on it. And until now, I'm very satisfied about the development in our powerhouse. Okay. Like I said before, I would say we are a powerhouse. I don't judge in strengths and weaknesses. I think we have a lot of strengths. And first of all, my style, it's always to develop the strengths and not all the time look on the weaknesses. Because when everybody is bringing the strength in, then we are a good powerhouse. And then there are things which we want to develop and to have this mindset, this growth mindset to all the time work and willing to be developed. But I would not name it weaknesses. It's just like every human, we also are humans and in the role of players which constantly want to develop in certain things. What is this? So one question is, what is our system? At the moment, we are playing a 1-4-2-3-1. But for me, in the end, it's about this with the systems. We like to have this frame in our mind, but it's something static when we say it's a 4-2-3-1. But a system is always fluid. Positions need to be set, and you just name a system, but in the game, then a 1-4-2-3-1 is sometimes a 4-4-2. Sometimes we release a holding midfielder, then it's a 4-3-3. So for me, systems are very fluid. So I would not frame us in a certain system. And then it depends a bit how the opponent is playing, and then we accentuate a bit more certain movements. Yeah, I mean, we played them now, and we saw that they are playing, for example, with the sweeper. This is offering us certain spaces. And of course, we try then to find and play in those spaces. Yeah, there are 2 questions you asked me. Of course, it's in our DNA in Ghana to be very creative, to have ball possession, to play offense, to take the initiative in the offense. But also there you need to know which spaces you can find against this opponent. We try to create a high rate of chances. Our XG factor, so what we put then in the goal out of these chances can still be developed much more. In Guinea, we could have scored 6-7 goals. So also there, we want to still develop and are very hungry, to score more goals. Behind, we have a clear tactical frame also for the defense. It's also then a lot of discipline. It calls to make the runs. Then we come back to our values, Are we selfless and run in the defense for each other and fight for each other? And I think we did it pretty well against Guinea. But tomorrow it's a new game and we need to stick back to those values. Look, in the end, I think we need to hold the 0 behind and then we're going to win the game. I don't announce a certain rate of score. It's important that we win, that we pass this round. We always try to hold a blank sheet behind, and we know we have the quality to score in every game. Well, and when I promise something and then you hook me up tomorrow when it's not gonna... No, look, it's football. In football, we need to have the respect also about our opponents. They also have qualities. They also are hungry and try their best to succeed tomorrow. I think we go back to us. For me, it's not only about the points and scoring and these numbers. For me, it's also another way very important that we show our values on the pitch, that we stick to the principles and try to work on our performance. And normally when we do our performance well, then the goals and the points they are following then the performance.